let's start with the beginning. Even though I'm not a past life kind of guy.
Even though I'm not into past lives, I'm not a past life sort of guy.
And it's really
Out there
and not in my consciousness.
It's really out there and not in my consciousness.
But I've just had an experience.
I had an experience before lunchtime.
That's really put me in it.
Really put me in it.
And I want to see what it's all about.
I want to see what it's all about.
So I can process and release it.
So I can process it and release it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a past life kind of guy.
That's not what a guy.
But at least I wasn't till the session before lunch.
At least it wasn't till the session before lunch.
Until I got dropped into one.
I dropped into one.
Completely randomly.
Completely randomly. Just
such a coincidence.
Came out of the blue.
Came out of the blue. And I trust my subconscious.
I trust my subconscious.
For taking me there.
For taking me there.
Because I've had the intention of wanting to clear it for so long.
Intention of wanting to clear it for so long.
Because this is an issue I've worked on and worked on and worked on.
It's an issue I've worked on repeatedly.
And I never thought, I didn't know why it wasn't clearing.
I didn't know why it wasn't clearing.
Because I've worked on it so much.
So I've worked on it so much.
I didn't realise it was coming from another life.
I didn't realise it was coming from another life.
I have a soul pattern.
I have a soul pattern.
And I want to dissolve it.
And I want to dissolve it.
And I thank my higher self for taking me to it.
I thank my higher self for taking me to it.
And shining the spotlight on it.
And for shining the spotlight on it.
Taking me to the origin of it.
Taking me to the origin of it.
So I can clear it.
So I can clear it.
And it might even be easier than I think.
It might even be easier than I think.
And then I'll never have to work on it again.
I'll have to work on it again.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And the way my higher self took me there.
The way my higher self took me there.
So that I can process it.
So that I can process it.
I just got dumped in a past life.
And thank you to Roz for triggering me to deal with it.
I believe that.
You're ready to trigger her.
And I'm so grateful for the soul contracts I have.
So grateful for the soul contracts I have.
That I created.
That I created.
To help me step through this lesson in this life.
To help me step through this lesson in this life.
I made some great soul contracts with other souls.
I made some great soul contracts with other souls.
And I actually set them up for myself.
I actually set them up for myself.
Knowing that I'd be stepping through them.
Knowing that I'd be stepping through them.
Right now.
Right now.
Today on Cup Day in Melbourne. They're probably starting the race right now.
Yes, yes.
And we're running our own race right here.
Yeah, we're running our own race right here.
This is my time.
It's my time.
To step through this.
To step through this.
Because it's been there for such a long time.
It's been such a long time.
And I'm so glad that I'm able to step through it now.
I'm so glad I'm able to step through it now.
Because I'm sick of dealing with this under the arm.
So I'm sick of dealing with this.
And it's time to get through it.
It's time to get through it.
Okay, back to the karate chop point. So, do you want to tell us about the experience or put it in a movie title? How would you like to do it with all the techniques you've already just learned?
Well, I've been working on this issue of abandonment, which continually goes back to when I was first born, and I always revisit this scene in the hospital. In the hospital where I was bleeding to death, and very fortunately got found in time, and so it always raises this issue of abandonment. And then I'm just sitting at my desk, the table there, and about to go to lunch, and just completely out of the blue.
Past life. Keep tapping.
It's me.
Completely out of the blue, this past life feeling and experience came in.
This past life feeling and experience came in.
But it wasn't really out of the blue.
It wasn't really out of the blue,
It was meant to happen.
It was meant to happen.
So I could clear this.
So I could clear this.
Because I've had such a strong intention to clear this today.
Because I've had such a strong intention to clear this today.
And now I get the opportunity to.
Now I get the opportunity to.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And the way this experience just magically popped in.
And the way this experience just magically popped in.
So that I could clear it.
So that I could clear it.
Sitting there just before lunch at my desk.
Sitting there just before lunch at my desk.
And I'm not even a past life kind of guy.
Not a past life sort of guy at all.
It's not in my consciousness.
It's not in my consciousness.
So how come I just got dropped in one?
So how come I just got dropped in one?
Doesn't even make sense to me.
Doesn't even make sense to me.
Makes no sense at all.
Makes no sense at all.
But I'm dealing with energy here.
I'm dealing with energy here.
Pinpoint, I'm dealing with energy here.
I'm dealing with energy here.
And I felt the energy.
I felt the energy.
And I can still feel the energy.
And I can still feel the energy.
And I'm open and willing to process this energy all the way back to its origin.
I'm very willing to process this all the way back to its origin.
Whether it's in this lifetime or another.
Whatever bloody lifetime it's in.
I just want to clear it.
I just want to clear it.
Maybe even before the cup's finished.
Even before the cup finishes.
How great will that be?
How great will that be?
So back to this. So when you're thinking about what the experience you had when you sat there at that desk, where are you feeling that? My heart. And do you want to give it a title of the life, or?
Yeah, I'm quite happy to talk.
Yeah, good.
I just imagined I was in an Aboriginal community, and they have this practice called pointing the bone.
Yes.
And I just imagined what happened to me.
Yeah. So even though I've got this imagined experience,
Even though I've got this imagined experience.
and I can feel it, I'm an Aboriginal.
I'm an Aboriginal.
And I just
A
had
vegetarian.
I just had the bone pointed at me.
I just had the bone pointed at me.
And I can feel that feeling.
I can feel that feeling.
I accept myself in that feeling.
I accept myself with that feeling.
And everything that I felt with it,
Everything I felt
that's still trapped in my body.
is still trapped in my body.
And I want to release it now.
Release it now.
All the way back to when it happened.
All the way back to when it happened.
It's the top of the head. So what's the feeling of having the bone pointed at you? What's the experience of it? What's it bringing? What does it mean?
You're totally abandoned by your community and sent into the wilderness to die.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. Did you know that consciously?
I knew that's how it worked.
You knew that's how it worked. Okay. So I'm having the bone pointed at me.
The bone pointed at me.
I'm being rejected. Is that it? Yep, corner of the eye. I'm being rejected by the whole community. Yep, corner of the eye.
Being rejected and abandoned
By the whole community. Yep, under the eye. I wonder what I did to deserve this.
I wonder what I did to deserve this.
Under the nose. I don't know what I did.
I don't know what I did.
Yep, big tapping. I feel unsupported by the whole community.
I feel unsupported by the whole community.
I feel overwhelmed.
I feel overwhelmed.
Pinpoint. I feel overwhelmed.
I feel overwhelmed.
They're sending me out into the wilderness.
They're sending me to the wilderness.
Collarbone. I'm all alone.
I'm all alone.
I'm going to die out there.
I'm going to die out there.
They've pointed the bone at me.
They've pointed the bone at me.
And I want to release and let go of this curse they've put upon me.
I want to release and let go of this curse they've put on me.
Under the arm. This feeling like I'm being rejected and abandoned by the whole community.
This feeling like I'm being rejected and abandoned by the whole community.
Everything I know.
Everything I know.
Everyone I know.
Everyone I know.
They're all rejecting me.
They're all rejecting me.
And I can feel that in my body.
I can feel that in my body.
No wonder I feel rejected all the time.
No wonder I feel rejected all the time.
Eyebrow. No wonder I feel abandoned.
No wonder I feel abandoned.
Corner of the eye. It feels like a matter of survival.
It feels like a matter of survival.
Under the eye. It was then. It was a matter of survival.
It was then. It was a matter of survival.
No wonder it feels like that now.
No wonder it feels like that now.
Under the nose. I want to release that feeling.
I want to release that feeling.
All the way back to its origin.
All the way back to its origin.
So I'm going to time travel.
No, I'm going to time travel.
all the way back to me as an Aboriginal.
All the way back to me as an Aboriginal.
He's going to think it's weird, a white bloke turning up in a white shirt. But I'm going to tell him I'm him from the future.
You're going to tell him
Just a little bit paler.
Yeah. I'm him from the future.
from the future.
From another life. I'm his soul.
I'm him for the future. Another life.
I'm him.
Soul.
I'm his soul.
His soul.
And I'm letting him know he's not alone.
And let him know he's not alone.
And I'll lead him to another community.
And I'll lead him to another community.
I'll be his community.
I'll be his community.
He's not alone.
He's not alone.
And he will survive.
And he will survive.
His soul does survive.
His soul does survive.
I am his soul.
I am his soul.
And I want him to realise as he looks into my eyes
I want him to realise as he looks into my eyes
that he sees his soul.
that he sees his soul.
And he knows that he hasn't died.
And he knows that he hasn't died.
I want to remove and tap on him for all his fears.
I want to remove and tap on him for all his fears.
His fears of abandonment and rejection.
His fears of abandonment and rejection.
As I look in his eyes
As I look in his eyes
and tell him
and
I'm not abandoning him.
tell him I'm not abandoning him.
This is a lesson to step through.
This is a lesson to step through.
And I'm here to help you.
And I'm here to help you
All the way from the future.
all the way from the future.
Because our soul's been feeling this for far too long.
Our soul's been feeling this for far too long.
This feeling of being unsupported.
This feeling of being unsupported.
This feeling of overwhelm.
This feeling of overwhelm.
Pinpoint this feeling of overwhelm.
This feeling of overwhelm.
This feeling of survival.
This feeling of survival.
You're safe now.
You're safe now.
You're part of my community.
You're part of my community.
And I'll lead you to a new community
And I'll lead you to a new community
where you're accepted just the way you are.
where you're accepted just the way you are.
You're accepted just the way you are.
You're accepted just the way you are.
And when you think about that bone being pointed at you,
And when you think about that bone being pointed at you,
you might even be grateful
you might even be grateful
because you're being led to a new community
that you've been led to a new community
who understands you,
who understands you,
who loves you,
who loves you,
who supports you,
who supports you,
who takes you in
who takes you in
and loves you.
and loves you.
And it's a whole new community,
And it's a whole new community,
a community you were meant to be in
a community you're meant to be in,
because your energy didn't fit the one you're in.
but your energy didn't fit the one you're in.
Releasing the old energy,
Releasing the old energy,
that old pointing the bone energy.
that old pointing the bone energy.
It's just part of my soul journey,
It's just part of my soul journey,
and I'm on a new learning now,
and I'm on a new learning now,
where I'm in a new community,
where I'm in a new community,
where I'm totally accepted,
where I'm totally accepted,
I'm loved,
I'm loved,
and I never feel alone.
and I never feel alone.
I never feel abandoned.
I never feel abandoned.
I'm always supported,
I'm always supported,
and I'm connected to my higher self
and I'm connected to my higher self
and my guides
and my guides
and all those souls I've ever lived,
and all those souls I've ever lived.
or my soul that's lived all those lives.
My soul that's lived all those lives.
And I choose to take the higher learning
And I choose to take the higher learning
and the higher lesson
and the higher lesson
from all my past lives,
from all my past lives,
especially this Aboriginal one.
especially this Aboriginal one.
And I bring that higher learning and lesson
I bring the learning and higher lesson
and that feeling of being in a new community
and that feeling of being in a new community
where I'm loved,
where I'm loved,
accepted,
accepted,
Just for who I am.
Just for who I am.
And it's a new energy.
And it's a new energy.
That suits my magnificence.
That suits my magnificence.
And I bring that energy.
And I bring that energy.
To that little baby in the hospital.
The baby in the hospital.
That was bleeding. And I bring that Aboriginal and me.
And I bring that Aboriginal and me.
And there's already a community around him. And he's feeling that love.
He's feeling that love.
And even when he was bleeding out.
And even when he was bleeding out.
He didn't die.
He didn't die.
That love from me and the Aboriginal is there with him.
That love from me and the Aboriginal is there with him.
And his guides.
And his guides.
And his higher self.
And his higher self.
And he's connected.
And he's connected.
And loved.
And loved.
And I bring that feeling to me now.
I bring that feeling to me now.
I have that new energy of that new Aboriginal.
I have that new energy of that new Aboriginal.
And that little baby.
And that little baby.
And all the learning and higher lessons.
And all the learning and higher lessons.
Connected with me now.
Connected with me now.
I'm never alone.
I'm never alone.
I'm always connected.
I'm always connected.
And sometimes I journey from place to place.
And sometimes I journey from place to place.
From life to life.
From life to life.
To learn new lessons.
To learn new lessons.
Get higher learning.
Get higher learning.
And move to new communities.
And move to new communities.
And I choose to feel that connection.
I choose to feel that connection.
And that love.
That love.
That dissolves all the illusions of abandonment.
That dissolves all the illusions of abandonment.
Mm-hmm. I have all those lessons within me now.
I have all those lessons within me now.
And a smiling, happy Aboriginal me.
A smiling, happy Aboriginal me.
And a laughing, giggling baby me.
And a laughing, giggling baby me.
And I have all the higher learning and knowledge.
And I have all the higher learning and knowledge.
Within me.
Within me.
Part of me.
Part of me.
And it gives me strength and confidence.
And it gives me strength and confidence.
Knowing that I'm always moving into new communities.
Knowing that I'm always moving into new communities.
And I'm supported and loved.
And I'm supported and loved.
That's what a soul's journey is.
That's what a soul's journey is.
And I'm grateful for the Aboriginal for showing me that.
I'm grateful for the Aboriginal for showing me that.
Mm-hmm. Deep breath. How's that feel, everyone?
Amazing.
Oh, I couldn't let that go untreated today.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was so strong.
How's it feel now?
Oh, like it's been released.
Good.
Some demons been let out of me.
Yay! Yeah. The bones gone.
Oh,
Awesome.
Cool.
Hey, I can feel the release in the air. Can everyone?
Absolutely.